Revolving light. They thought she was weak when the bullies slapped her in front of 200 students, but what she did next made every jaw in that room drop. Don't scroll away, this story will shake your soul. Subscribe for more shocking, life-changing stories that prove strength doesn't come from muscles, but from the heart that refuses to break. Fire. The slap echoed across the school auditorium like a thunderclap, silencing 200 laughing students as Mia's cheek turned red from the sting. For a second, she just stood there, tiny, quiet, with her books scattered on the floor and the three bullies smirking at her. "What's wrong, nerd? Gonna cry?" sneered Veronica, the queen bee of Crestwood High, her designer uniform sparkling under the stage lights. Everyone expected Mia to run away, to crumble like she always did. But that day, something inside her snapped, not in anger, but in realization. She slowly picked up her glasses, placed them back on her face, and looked Veronica dead in the eye. "Thank you," she said softly, confusing everyone. "You just gave me what I needed." The laughter started again, louder this time, but Mia didn't care. She walked off the stage with her head high, her mind replaying her late mother's words, "When the world humiliates you, don't fight back with rage, build something they'll never reach." That night, she made a vow, she would never let them or anyone else define her worth again. What nobody knew was that Mia wasn't just another poor scholarship student. Her mother, before dying, had left her a small trust and a stack of notebooks filled with inventions, designs for sustainable tech her mom dreamed would change the world. Mia, only 16 then, spent the next 2 years after that slap working after school at a coffee shop, teaching herself coding, design, and engineering from free online courses. Every time she was mocked, every time someone whispered, "Loser," in the halls, she added another line of code, another idea, another reason to rise. By senior year, while the others were partying, she quietly launched her first app, a tutoring platform that connected struggling students with top performers anonymously. Within 3 months, it went viral, catching the attention of investors. But Mia refused the offers, deciding to grow it herself. Graduation day came, and the same bullies strutted around in heels and fake smiles, laughing about their university acceptances. When Mia walked across the stage to get her diploma, there were no cheers, no applause. Just silence. Yet she smiled because she knew something they didn't. Her app had just hit 1 million users, and her first investor meeting was that very night. The years flew by, and the bullied girl everyone ignored became a name whispered in the tech world, Mia Hart, founder of Bright Mind, a billion-dollar education empire by age 25. But her story didn't end there. Fate had a strange way of looping back. One morning, as Mia walked into her company's headquarters, she froze. Standing in the lobby, looking desperate, was Veronica, the same girl who'd slapped her years ago. Mia," she stammered, not recognizing the confident woman in a tailored suit and heels. Mia tilted her head. "Do I know you?" she asked politely, pretending not to remember. Veronica burst into tears, begging for a job, explaining how her husband had left her and she needed work. The HR manager looked at Mia for direction. The room went still. Mia could have easily said no, but she didn't. "Give her a position," Mia said calmly. "Let's see how well she learns now." Weeks passed, and Veronica worked as a junior assistant, humiliated by the irony. But Mia never mistreated her, she just watched silently, letting karma play its role. One evening, Veronica approached Mia in tears. "Why are you being kind to me? After what I did?" she asked. Mia looked up from her laptop and said, "Because if I hate you, then I become you." That line spread across social media after a staff member overheard it, turning into a viral quote about forgiveness and strength. Mia became not just a CEO, but a symbol of resilience. Yet the world only saw the surface, no one knew the darker twist that followed. A few months later, during a major tech conference, a scandal broke. Mia's company was accused of data theft. Investors pulled out, shares plummeted, and overnight, she went from being on Forbes's cover to headlines calling her a fraud. It was then she discovered the truth. Veronica, out of jealousy and resentment, had been secretly leaking company data to competitors in exchange for money. When Mia confronted her, Veronica broke down, admitting everything. Security escorted her out, but before leaving, she whispered, "You win again, don't you?" Mia didn't respond. She just looked out her office window at the storm rolling in. The old Mia would have cried. The new Mia strategized. She gathered her core team, worked day and night for weeks, and rebuilt her empire stronger, proving every accusation false. A year later, at the same conference, she returned with an upgraded version of her platform that shattered records. As she stepped onto the stage, the crowd roared. "I was once slapped in front of 200 students," she began her speech, her voice steady but powerful. "They thought they were breaking me, but they were building me. Every humiliation, every insult, every scar, they were lessons in disguise." The audience was silent, hanging on her every word. So, to every person who's been bullied, underestimated, or laughed at, don't fight to prove them wrong. Build to prove yourself right. Cameras flashed, and for the first time, Mia felt her mother's spirit beside her, proud and peaceful. But there was still one more twist fate had in store. After the conference, a man approached her, a venture capitalist named Ethan Cole, one of the first investors she'd turned down years ago. He smiled and said, "You built everything without us. But what if we build something together?" Their partnership turned into friendship, friendship into love. Ethan admired her not for her success, but for her strength. Yet, before she said yes to his proposal, Mia visited her old high school. The same auditorium where she was slapped now held a charity event, funded entirely by her company, to support bullied students. Standing on that stage again, she whispered, "This is where it all began." As she turned to leave, a teacher stopped her. "You know, after you left, we changed everything here because of you. Your story became part of our curriculum." Mia smiled through tears. Outside, the crowd of young students waiting to meet her chanted her name, not the nerd, not the victim, but the inspiration. "If I could go back," she thought, "I'd let them slap me again, because it taught me how to rise." She married Ethan a year later in a small ceremony, surrounded by her closest friends and employees who had once believed in her. Veronica, now serving her sentence for corporate fraud, sent a letter from prison. "You were right. Hate destroys, forgiveness rebuilds. I hope to learn that someday." Mia donated to programs helping ex-convicts find honest work, closing the circle of her story with grace. Years later, a journalist asked her in an interview, "What changed everything for you?" Mia smiled. "A slap," she said, "and the decision to turn pain into purpose." Her empire continued to grow, spreading to over 50 countries, offering free education to underprivileged kids, the same kind of child she once was. And though the world knew her as the billionaire CEO, in her heart she remained the girl who stood up, not with fists, but with faith. The auditorium that once echoed with laughter now held her bronze statue, engraved with her most famous quote, "When they slap your face, turn your pain into your weapon." So remember this: every insult, every heartbreak, every betrayal is not your ending, it's your beginning. Because sometimes, the most powerful response isn't revenge or anger, it's success so loud it silences the world. And if this story moved you, subscribe now, because next time, I'll tell you another story of courage that will make you believe in the impossible again. Fire biceps.